Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to day 617 of trying a new makeup product every day. Today I'm going to be trying out this Santee Instant Glam Eyeshadow Palette. So this is a $1 eyeshadow palette that I got from ShopMissA. This is in the color combination number 2. There are actually 4 different versions of this palette on the ShopMissA website. So this is also cruelty-free, and I'm really excited to try this out because I've actually had some really great success with some of the Santee dollar store types of eyeshadow palettes. So you can see you get 4 different shades, and I mean, it looks nice with this kind of geometric, this shape of pans, but it also doesn't make that much sense to me. Like, this one is small. Why is it so much smaller than this shade? But then these ones are actually pretty decent sizes. There's a striped texture in it too. So before I apply it to my eyes, I'm just gonna go ahead and try and swatch. Ooh, it's kind of a hard, dry texture. Let's see how this does. Ooh. That was a very patchy swatch with not much pigment. Maybe the metallics? This one doesn't feel quite as dry. It still feels kind of crumbly though. Yeah, it swatches kind of chunky, but at least this metallic shade has a little bit more pigment, but still a weird texture. So in this palette, this brown orange shade is matte. The rest of them are like a metallic. Okay, this one feels a little bit more like velvety. Okay, yeah, this one swatches much more smooth than those other 2 colors, and it seems to be the prettiest pigment. Ooh, very dry texture on this one. It's funny, they all kind of felt different. Ooh, that's actually some really dark pigment, so that one's not that bad. But the metallics definitely swatched better and have more pigment than that matte shade. Now that I'm seeing all these shades together, they actually remind me a lot of Halloween colors. Probably just because of like the orange and blacks and a little bit of red in there. But so, to try these out on my eye, I'm going to only prime one of my eyes with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I always prime my eyes when I use eyeshadow to help with the creasing, but for today, we'll see how these eyeshadows perform with and without a primer. The first step is pretty obvious. I'm going to pick up the one matte shade, which is also a pretty neutral transition shade, and work that into my crease. So just taking a fluffy crease brush. Not much kickback in this because it is such a hard eyeshadow. I feel like this shade is a decent crease shade just because it's so subtle since it's not very pigmented. So at least I'll be able to have some use for it. So I don't wear glasses or contacts or anything, but when I have my left eye closed, I know that my left eye is more dominant because I have a harder time seeing when I'm only looking with my right eye. So it's like a little bit of a struggle doing my left eye eyeshadow sometimes. Next, Now I just have metallic shades, so I guess that what I'm going to do is pick up the darker shade. I'm going to use my pinky since this is a smaller pan size, and I'm going to focus the darker shade in the outer corner of the eyelid. This is actually really pretty and has pretty decent pigment and color payoff when applied with my finger especially. I'm not usually drawn to red on my eyes, but we'll see how this ends up looking. Now I'm going to take this color and apply that to the rest of my eyelid. This one just has like such a sticky texture. It's kind of interesting. Kind of a fun color combination. Definitely some fall vibes, but also a bit of like summer sunset vibes. So this palette can actually work pretty much year round, these colors. I do like that sparkle and shimmer from this shade though. That's pretty. Okay, so eyelids are pretty much set. Now I'm going to take a skinnier brush and pick up that darker shade and use that as an eyeliner along the lower lash line. It's a pretty good smoky shade for the lower lash line. Okay, so here is the look that I was able to create from this palette. It's not my favorite color combination, but I don't hate it. It has some pretty shimmer, some pops of color, and keeping in mind that this is a $1 palette, these eyeshadows are not terrible. You can definitely create some pretty looks, get some good use out of these colors. I have tried some better $1 palettes, but I've also tried some worse. Now let's see, so this is the eye with the primer. And then my eye without the primer. You know what? I don't really see much of a difference at all. I don't think that you would be able to tell that one of my eyes has the primer on it compared to the other. If I'm being super picky, I think that the pigment is a little bit brighter, shows up a little bit better on the eye with the eyeshadow primer. So if you've tried this eyeshadow palette out, I would love to know your thoughts on it, what kind of color combinations you like to do, or I would just love to know in the comments down below what some of your favorite $1 eyeshadow products are. If you've tried any, or if there are any that you would want to try or see me try out on my channel in the future, let me know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.